All right, well, everybody, welcome to the. Oh, now we're live. Okay, well, everybody, welcome to
False
the
alarm.
welcome to the HahaSmart Solar Podcast. This is episode 2, and today we are interviewing a local installer out of the Austin and San Antonio area, Speir Innovations, and we're going to be talking to Zoe Chadwick, who is the director of marketing for Speir Innovations. How are you? How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Tell me a little bit about the company. You're a local installer in both San Antonio and in Austin, and you've been there for about 3 years.
Yeah, so we've been installing solar for about 3 years in that area. So we service all of the beautiful hill country area between Austin and San Antonio by providing solar installation. So our company was actually founded by two best friends. And so it began as a really small team of four about three and a half years ago. And
Mm-hmm.
now we're at 25. So
Oh,
we have two install crews, we have a small office department, and we just brought on an inside sales team as well. So basically, there are two things that really set us apart from other companies. And the first is that our founders, we were, founded by friends. We have a small business atmosphere. A lot of us are friends from college and childhood and long before. So it's a really tight knit group of people. And we come from various technical and educational backgrounds, but every single one of us has a passion for people on the planet.
that's
So
great.
it really is something that's really what drives our business and our culture as well. The second is that being that we started as an install only company and everyone who worked here was an installer, we really understand the quality of installation. And so we bring that to every job. And now that we're 100% in-house, what happens with a lot of companies is that they'll sell a job and then contract it out to another installer. But with us, from the initial consultation to the installation and to the after, you're with us all the way. So it's just one company all in-house.
That's
So
good. So what do you think of the current state of the solar installation industry right now? You
the
know.
solar installation industry is growing. I know we ourselves have experienced phenomenal growth just in the first quarter of this year. We've done more installations than we did all of last year.
Wow.
So
Uh,
yeah, so these
um.
first quarter and a half, first 2 quarters. So the growth is phenomenal. We're installing 2 jobs a day. There are installation companies popping up all over. As the price of solar is going down, and we have these great incentives from the government as well as utility companies and local incentives. It's a great industry to be in. It's a great business to be in, and solar is it's really the future. So we're growing. I've heard people say that they think well, the solar industry is going to reach maturity by this point, but right now we're skyrocketing. So
That's excellent. Um, is this a sudden change, like you said? Has it been exponential, or has it been slowly growing steadily?
it's been pretty big. I would say for the past decade, solar really started to take off and be more accessible as the price of it has dropped. For the past few years, the price of panels and installation has dropped between like 2 and 6% each year. So in the past decade, it started to take off. In the past 2 years, we've installed more solar than we have in the past 30.
Wow.
So we've really hit a really quick streak in these past couple of years.
Do you think? Do you think that's what it is? That just the cost is so it has dropped so much that it's really kind of knocked a lot of people off the fence, whereas now they can afford
Yeah,
it.
I think it's the cost dropping, as well as having more companies in the market. There's more information about solar. There's more salespeople, and then with it costs $0 up front. At this point, it used to be a big upfront cost, and you had to wait a while to see your return on investment. Now it's $0 up front. You got the federal tax credit at the highest tier at 30% for the next 2 years still. And then you've got utility companies that offer rebates and then other programs like net metering, which I'll get into later. But it's really become more affordable. It's become easier. The process used to take like from the beginning to the install a lot longer. Now the average is like about 2 months or so. And then a couple weeks after that, your system is activated and you're producing. So
Well,
I think it's just become an easier process all around and less expensive.
and that's brought a lot more people onto it. Um, and you said, you mentioned that you've been installing solar for 3 years, so you've seen this tide kind of change as it's come along. What are some things that a customer should know as they embark on this? I think knowing that it will take a couple months is something that's interesting.
Something really important to know is the timeline.
Yeah.
Of course. So there's 5 or 6 steps. So you have your initial consultation, because of course not everyone is suited for solar. Not every roof is in the right position.
Right.
Things like that. So you want to make sure you have a suitable roof for solar. Another part of the timeline is we're going to have the site assessment. Once that's done, we get into permitting. One of honestly the bigger roadblocks we have are HOAs. Because they can kind of drag their feet quite a bit. But luckily in Texas we have a lot of protection from that. So there's really, at the latest, the longest period, 30 to 90 days. And if they haven't approved it, we can move forward at that point. It usually doesn't take that long, but you will run into that at times. So we kind of talk to people about their HOA usually and let them know, hey, if you've got an HOA that you know is going to drag their feet, we're going to contact them obviously for you. That's part of our job. But if you really want to get this process going, it's helpful for you to do that too. The install itself takes about a day. That's usually it. And bigger jobs, maybe 2. And then after that, it's just your inspections with the utility and the city. If you're out of city limits, you just got the utility. So once that's approved, as soon as the utility inspection is good, your system's on, you're producing right away.
That's good. That's good.
The timeline is important. Also, it's important for people to understand. Excuse me. It's really important for people to understand. They think of solar as an added expense.
Right.
Right? This is a big misconception. It's actually replacing something that you're already paying for that you have to have. And solar's replacing that at a lower cost most of the time. And then with the 2 to 6% decrease each year in the cost of solar and the average escalation of 4% each year of electricity, you're saving money right away and in the long run.
That's true. People just see a lot. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's important for people to know, all of those things. So
people just see a large expense up front. They don't think about tax breaks, and they don't think about the fact that I've been. Let's see. I moved out of my house when I was 18. I'm 40 right now, and I've been paying monthly for my power ever since then. I could have bought probably 3 solar systems by now. I just never have. People don't think about it like that.
It's equity. It's the same thing as renting versus buying a home.
Right.
Right. You can pay for it for the rest of forever or for 10 more years or so.
That's right. Right. Now, what should people look for in a solar company? Because not everyone's lucky enough to be in the Austin, Texas area or in the San Antonio area. So, it's kind of a daunting task. What should people look for?
It is. So that can be really overwhelming for people. There's so many installation companies out there. There's so much information, especially for people who are just wanting to find out a little bit more. So a good thing to do is when you're looking for a company, there are websites like Energy Sage. They have a lot of good information, like education about solar, different installers. The first thing though, when you're looking at an installer, is you want to look for credibility. So the North American Board of Certified Energy Practitioners, NABCEP certification, really important. That means that they've achieved and maintained certain standards of quality, professionalism to maintain that. So that's one of the most important things to look for in an installer. The next would be reputation. So I think people forget about the BBB. Go look at a BBB page, look at their reviews on Facebook, look at their reviews on Google.
The Better Business Bureau is a really good.
Yes, it's a great resource. Nobody can hide from the BBB. Let me just.
People try and they can't. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
And then one of the other big things too is when you have your in-home consultation, you can really get a feel for the level of customer service that you're going to receive from a company. So that's really important. Other important things to think about, like questions to ask a company, would be the warranties offered.
Right.
And their general willingness to ask questions, because a good installer should be able to address any questions that you have, and they should really be walking you through the process of what to expect before you even have to ask.
Excellent.
So So yeah, a great way to find an installer if you're local is to talk to people in your neighborhood or friends who have solar and ask about their experience. So referrals are a great way to go.
Excellent, excellent. And you know, should people, you know, I know you're a company, so it's hard to recommend that people get competing quotes, but does that always help too if people look at 2 or 3 installation companies?
Honestly, I really do think it does. The NREL did a study a couple of years ago that actually showed that larger installers often charge between $2,000 and $5,000 more than a smaller local installer. And they also have less equipment options because a lot of those bigger brands have their own brand of panels that they make and exclusively offer.
Oh, okay.
So it's always good to shop around. Different companies offer different things. Sometimes a smaller local installer is able to get different panels from different manufacturers, different inverters from different manufacturers. They have more options for you and can build more custom packages. So I think it's always good to get like 2 to 3 quotes, and also to look at the comparison, because one company might size you at a system that's smaller than what you need. One might do it at a size that's larger than you need. So it's important to know how much energy you have consumed in the past year, and it's important to know how much energy the size of the system is going to produce and compare those 2 numbers.
Excellent, excellent. And is that's something that you can offer? You have lots of varieties of solar panels and inverters and microinverters that you can use.
Yes.
So it's always good to have a company with a lot of options and that is certified.
Yes.
And someone that's in the neighborhood that looks out for, you know, maybe they have to drive by the house every day, you know, and someone who takes pride in their work.
Absolutely.
Now, the permitting costs, is it just a permit, like some of these soft costs they talk about? That's just, you know, permitting and stuff. What kind of permits do you need to get? And how, and does the installer usually do all of this work for the customer?
Yes. So once you've signed your contract for the installation, the next step really going forward is getting all of your permits and your approvals from the HOA. So those kind of vary and depend by city and utility. You always have to have an electricity permit.
Right.
Certain cities require different permits, and there are cities there will be like cities within cities. You know, if there's San Antonio and there's like smaller cities in that area and different chambers of commerces, and they have different rules. So that cost can really vary from job to job, just depending on exactly where you live and exactly what the rules are. But it's typically a city permit, electric permit, and every now and then you'll have another cost associated. But for the most part, those are the basic ones, and the cost really just varies by the city. I've seen permits where it was like $85, and I've seen ones for the same type of permit that were over $700 in a different city.
It just depends. So
yeah, that's not something that we really have a lot of control over.
Of course, but it's something that homeowners should look out for and not ever be surprised, especially because it's something that you can't control. You know,
yeah,
you just
and
have to be
definitely
aware
that's
of
something
it.
that you can find out, in your city at your utility office, what those costs are and what to expect. So.
And do you install the net meters, or do the utilities usually do that? Go ahead.
What happens is we have our own electrician.
Mm-hmm.
We do all of the electrical work. That's all pretty much done at the install when the panels are put on. We install the meters and the boxes. And then after that, depending on if you live in city limits or out of city limits, you have to get a city inspection. If you're OCL, all you have to do is utility inspection. Everyone has to do the utility inspection. So the utility inspector comes out and makes sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be electrically, that the voltage matches up to all the boxes and the meters. But we do all the installing of those boxes, and they just come out, make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be, and then we have what we call like commissioning, or we'll go out there at the inspection. If it passes inspection, then we are able to turn it on. I think the only place that it doesn't work like that, I believe, is Austin. once the inspection's done, they have to come out a week or so later, and they do the actual commissioning and turn it on.
Okay, all right. And why don't so the city does a lot of the work, and they move the permits. I guess every municipality is going to have a different pace at which they help out the solar customer. But you said, now to switch gears, a little bit about incentives. You were talking about the 30% federal tax incentive.
Yes.
Now that expires in a couple years.
It's going to tear down.
Now, what other?
To 26%.
Yes. It's going to tear down to, I believe, 25% and then 22% by 2023. I think something like that. What other incentives are there for customers in your area that you let customers know about?
So one of the best ones, we do a lot of work in San Antonio. City Public Services, CPS, approved over $15 million in rebates for this year. So those rebates, they depend on the size of the system. So there's a proportion there, but that's a huge one. So automatically, whenever we go out to do a consultation after running an analysis for someone, we take the system cost, and then we show them what it would be once you take out the local rebate, which is through the utility and the government tax, the tax credit as well. Those are really the two biggest, are going to be utility incentives. Sometimes they're a flat fee. So Austin has just a $2,500 flat rebate. But on top of that, there are incentives like the net metering program. So that's what they have in San Antonio. And basically how that works is that during the day, your system is going to produce a lot more energy than what you're using.
Right.
So the energy that's not consumed by your home is sent back to CPS from the grid. Then at night, when your system's not producing, but you're consuming energy, the energy you put in, you get to pull back out, and it's at an even. So your meter's literally going to roll back whenever you put energy in, and then roll forward whenever you take it out.
That's
so
pretty
it's a 1-for-1 even exchange. So in the case that you produce more energy than you use, you can have a negative electric bill.
That's interesting. And now, are people? Now, what about storage? Do you see more people buying storage as part of their solar system? Batteries and stuff, or.
Yeah. So when it comes to storage, net metering also really plays a role in that. 1 second.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, storage is.
No, I have like some notes I wrote down because that's a good question. Because storage has really been something that's been talked about more. I feel like the past couple of years, especially this year, we've been getting more and more questions about it.
Right.
But I think the importance of storage is going to grow more if those energy incentives like the net metering, if they start to tear down. Because the thing is that net metering essentially acts as storage for you. So the grid is storing your energy so that you don't have to.
Right.
So it's basically like free storage essentially because it's a 1-for-1 trade. There's a pretty big consensus in the industry at this point that adding a backup battery system is really only necessary if you're completely off grid, if you're not connected to the grid whatsoever, or if you have limited utility access, or you're in an area where there's frequent really bad power outages.
Right.
But again, I think if these programs that are in place right now in the years to come, if they do start to tear down, then energy storage is going to become more prevalent. And of course, right now, since it is a little bit of a newer technology, it's more expensive.
Of course.
And more complicated for the install. So
that makes sense.
To answer some of your question, I think it's really only necessary if you're completely off grid. But in the future, as the technology becomes more accessible to everyone and more cost efficient, I think it's something that you have to consider on a case-by-case basis.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Zoe. We have a couple more questions. Do you see the rest of Texas catching solar fever? Do you see it as a little pocket, or
I don't see any reason why the rest of Texas wouldn't catch solar fever. CPS in San Antonio, they have a goal to move 20% of their customer base over to renewable energy. I believe it's by 2020. And then Austin Energy wants to use solar and wind to provide 55% of their total energy generation by 2025. That's a huge amount.
That is a huge amount.
It's a really big goal. It's a really huge amount, but it's so attainable. There's enough solar energy hitting the earth every hour to power the entire world for a year. So that's just such a, you can't even comprehend how much energy that is.
That is a lot. There was a recent, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, it's just a crazy amount. So I don't see, we live in Texas, we have a lot of sun here. We have a lot of roofs that are like very ideal for solar. I think what it's going to take is other utility companies also, jumping on, because we do have a lot of like co-ops and electric companies like that don't offer incentives, they don't offer net metering, they don't really, promote solar as much. There are some that do. But we have a lot of rural areas in Texas, and I think that getting solar out there, it's going to take some help from the utility companies as well.
Okay. That is kind of leads me to my last, to closing. There was a report that said that it was done in Europe. And I can't remember who it is, of course, while I'm on camera. Basically, they said that we can go solar right now, and by 2050, they predict that 94% of our power will come from renewables, and almost 70% by solar alone. Do you think that that's going to happen? Do you think that is? That's only 30 years away. Do you think that's lofty goal, or do you think?
I don't know if I see the percentage being that high 30 years from now, but I definitely see it getting there in the next 50. Yeah. Most definitely, because like I mentioned about, how much energy is coming down every hour to power the earth for a year. We have a phenomenal amount of clean energy that we can harness that makes financial sense. It's more affordable than electricity. And the thing with electricity is you never know what's going to happen, because electricity prices fluctuate based on natural gas and oil prices, which are always fluctuating. With solar, you're locking in to a set price for your energy. And then once you pay for your system, your energy is paid for life, and then you're just producing. So I think what we have to do is continue to have incentives. One of the biggest things standing in the way, I think, is education. People really don't understand how practical and cost efficient solar energy really is. But I'll tell you this, about 4 out of the 5 people that we sit down with, once they understand how solar energy works, how the program works, and what it can do, they go solar. So I think education is going to be a huge part of it. And just that electricity is something that we have to use. We have to use it every day. So that, and then the fact that we are becoming a more environmentally conscious society. And so I think that is really important for solar, especially because we're producing so much clean energy. And another thing is getting it into more multifamily and getting more community solar. Because the thing is that people don't want to make big changes in their life, so we need to have more housing developments that already come with solar on them, that are built into the price, so that you're not having to make a change or adapt in your everyday life. It's already there. So it's just going to take that movement towards sustainability and education, I think, and we're definitely going to get there.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me today. So please plug away your company. This is just wanted to say thank you, and so Zoe Chadwick, you are the director of marketing for Speir Innovations.
Yes.
And how do they find you if they want to look you up directly? So you guys can check us out on our Facebook. It's Speir Innovations. It's Speir. A lot of people spell it with the I first. We have an Instagram. We have Facebook. We have a website. We're actually about to launch a new website, so you can find us there. If you're in the Austin or San Antonio area, you can give us a call. Our number is 512-53-SOLAR, so that's easy to remember.
Yeah, so, and then you can see us around at community events. We started participating in more community projects and events and going out to like business events. So you'll be seeing more of us out there for sure.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, and you have a great day. Okay.
Yeah, you also, thank you.
All right. Thank you. So thank you everyone for stopping by and listening. That was Zoe Chadwick, the Director of Marketing for Speir Innovations. They're one of the many installers around the country. If you go to HahaSmart.com, you can check out our price checker tool. You can look at different installers that we have a database of. That was really hard to get out. I don't know why. Anyway, go to HahaSmart.com, and thanks a lot for tuning in.